Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another deck profile for the channel. Today we are going to be looking at what I like to call double Darkrai, and that is going to be featuring Darkrai-GX and of course Darkrai-EX. Now, the thing is, Darkrai-GX is a fantastic Pokemon that actually supports the EX. What Darkrai-GX does, it's a 180 HP Dark-type Pokemon, it is a basic, and it has this Restoration ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put it onto your bench and attach a Dark Energy that is also in the discard pile. So, not only do you get to summon this guy back from the grave, but he comes in with 1 energy to support. This in turn will help our Darkrai-EX, 180 HP Dark-type Pokemon, basic, has the Dark Pulse attack. You guys have seen this a bunch of times in the past. It'll cost you 2 colorless energy, it'll do 20 damage, and it'll do 20 more damage for each Dark Energy in play on your side of the field. This means, once that Darkrai-GX comes into play, it will add another 20 power to this Darkrai-EX, which is insane once you start scaling it up with all the board's positions you'll have as you play through this game. Now, as you can see, Darkrai-EX will be the main attacker. It's got the most ability to do the most damage, but Darkrai-GX is not something to sleep on either. It does have that Dark Cleave. For 2 dark, 1 colorless, it'll do 130 damage, and it doesn't, it's not affected by resistance, which really isn't going to do too much. Just, it'll protect you from maybe a fighting type. I think they get resistance, I'm not sure. But, other than that, it is a decent secondary attacker. We can get some damage off. We will probably never see Dead End GX unless our opponent statuses themselves, which doesn't happen very often. Dead End GX does 2 dark, 1 colorless, and you get to remove, you get to knock out your opponent's active Pokemon if they have a special condition on them. But other than that, we are going to be tying these in. We've got 1 Oranguru. This will just keep us from getting hand stalled from ends and stuff, especially late game. We'll always be able to have at least 3 cards in hand. We've got ourselves a couple of Yveltal. 130 HP basic Pokemon. Dark type has that Oblivion Wing, which is primarily what we're using it for. For 1 dark, 30 damage, you get to attach a Dark Energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. It also has the Darkness Blade attack, 2 dark, 1 colorless. It's going to do 100 damage. You get to flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon can attack next turn. That's fine. He'll be able to help us against Safeguard Ninetales. Pretty much is what he's here for. And energy acceleration, of course. We are running 3 Tapu Lele GX, 170 HP Psychic type Pokemon with the Wonder Tag ability. Pretty much going to see this in every single deck from here on until it rotates out. Just guaranteed, unless something even more broken comes out. Starting our item lineup, we have the Field Blower. You get to choose 2 and any combination of stadiums and tool cards and remove them. We are running 4 Max Elixir. Garbodor is probably going to love us because we are running quite a bit of item cards, but you know what? To get this thing running as fast as you can, you do need these Max Elixirs, and you need to hit those energies consistently. We have the Rescue Stretcher. We get to put a Pokemon from our discard pile into our hand, or shuffle 3 Pokemon in any combination to our deck. We have a Super Rod to help us with the energy return. We've got 4 Ultra Balls, pretty standard. We have 3 Alter the Moon. This will help with our retreat costs. If our Pokemon has any Psychic or Dark Energy attached to them, it'll cost them 2 less to retreat, which is really good. Like, it'll help our Oranguru. It'll get free retreat costs without Floatstone. Darkrai, free retreat, no Floatstone. Same thing with the GX. Yveltal, free retreat. And even Tapu Lele, free retreat. So as long as it has a Dark Energy on it, it'll have free retreat as long as Alter the Moon is in play. Now, if something does go wrong, we do have the Acerola. We can return it and all cards attached to it. We can return it. She's a supporter card. We can return a Pokemon and all cards attached to it back to our hand, safely bringing back someone who could be a casualty in the next turn. I'm running 3 Guzma. This lets us switch our opponent's bench Pokemon with they're active, and we are forced to switch as well. We have 4 N, pretty standard here, with the Sycamore as well, 4 standard. Now here's a card that you don't usually see, and that is Sophocles. Now Sophocles was looked down on as not one of the best supporters, but it works really well in this deck in right situations. Sophocles, if you discard a GX and an energy, you'll be able to actually call upon those 2 for free from the discard pile, and then have another 4 cards as well without having to sacrifice your hand. Of course, we were running choice bands on our pretty much for our main EX attacker. This way we can go in as hard as we can and do as much damage as possible. Now you can alter these numbers any way you want. Maybe choice band at 2 isn't enough for you. You can always change that out. You can maybe lower your Guzma cost, maybe lower your Tapu Lele cost, whichever you like. And then we were running 3 XP share. This keeps the energy in play. Of course, Field Blower is a very scary card here. Of course, Field Blower is going to be a very scary card here because we do need these XP shares in play. It'll be our most prominent resource because those dark energies are going to be very crucial to have. We have 14 dark energy. Again, you can add more, add less. Depending on the structure of your deck, but this is what we're going to be running with today. Hopefully we'll be able to scoop up a few wins as we get into this VS ladder and just see how well Darkrai still is in standard format. Alright guys, match number 1 is against Acreo Stone playing Lightning. It could actually be Tapu Bulu Vikavolt, which would be kind of cool in standard. So we are going to see that we get the coin toss. We are going to call tails. We are losing this coin toss. So Acreo will be going first. And let's see how this game goes. We start off with the GX, which we really don't want. But we have a double Sophocles. Not our best way of starting out. But you know what? I'll take it. I can at least Sophocles get a better opportunity. No, I don't actually want to play either of these Pokemon. We're just going to start off with the Yveltal. See how it goes from here. And we're going to see our opponent starts with the Grubbin, which isn't too bad, especially since we do technically get to attack first. They're going to be putting a choice band on that Grubbin. Just going straight for an Ultra Ball. This probably will get him to a Lele, which in turn will get him into a Bridget, which in turn will finish pretty much the turn. So actually just go straight for the Bulu. Interesting play. So just drops down Bulu. Sets up an energy and pass. So we get a you get a max elixir. So I'm going to drop both of these in the discard pile. That's a little better. Double Darkrai up. We can hit an Altar of the Moon. I did not get an energy, which is very crucial here. There we go. We're hitting some energy now. Now we're definitely hitting some energy. Okay, so Darkrai is fully set up. I could have had 3 energy drops if I managed to get one of them. If I get an energy, though, I will be probably sacrificing it to Sophocles in hopes of getting another one for the following turn. We have a ton of opportunities here. I've got 3 fantastic supporters in hand, and now they're all gone. But you can see the power of that Sophocles play. It may not have been the best thing to have like first turn, but I really didn't have much else to go on. And I still don't have any dark energy in play. We are going to see a rare candy into that Vikavolt line. So this Tapu Bulu now is definitely going to be a big threat. And actually just drops an energy down onto that Vikavolt, goes for the strong charge. And are you going to try and eliminate me with the Vikavolt? He is going to try and eliminate me with the Vikavolt. 150. We currently have 60. We see we get that Sophocles back one more time. Not really optimal at this point. I'm going to drop this XP share down. At this point, I might just use this. I need a better hand than this. Let's get a Lele. And I want to get an N, because I do need a full hand of cards here, because I don't have much. I don't have much to go off of. The other thing, I couldn't go for the Acerola either, because... No! I grabbed the wrong supporter! Well... You live with misplays? I'm going to have to sacrifice 2 Guzma right here. This is really bad. Do I sack 2 Guzma? Or do I start hitting that Tapu Bulu? I gotta Sycamore. I really didn't like that play. I really made a misplay there. That was not a good play on my part. Okay. We're just gonna do some damage here. I said N. I wanted to go for an N. But instead I pulled Sycamore and I really screwed up my gameplay. I really screwed that up. Ultra Ball comes in, so he's sacrificing all his cards. Will he go for that Tapu Lele at this moment in time? It seems like it. This way he can get an N or a Sycamore, completely refresh himself. But if that Lele is prized, that will be our best benefit right now. But he has sacrificed quite a bit of utility. He actually got rid of an Energy Recycler, which is big for this deck. You don't want to get rid of those. Does drop the Lele. Now, he should not be going for a Guzma, which is very good, because if he attacks, he's just going to land into my Yveltal, which then, in turn, will set me up. He goes for a Guzma! Now, he can Strong Charge. He hasn't got a... Actually, he can knock me out here. That's not good. He does have to sacrifice all those energies, but we are very far behind now. We are very, very far behind now. I wanted a Sycamore to get these dark energies into the discard pile. I'm making some weird plays here. Darkrai is going to go back on the bench. Like I said, I have no problem ditching what I've got. I'm in a bit of a bind. I need a dark... Why can't I get a dark energy from the deck? No, this is stupid. I've got 14 energies and I have not drawn one. That was dumb. That wasn't me. I made one misplay, I admit it, but that was dumb. That was so dumb. Why couldn't I get one dark energy in that entire game in my hand? Go away. Alright guys, match number 1 is against Colbatron? Colbatron. Interesting use of syllables. And I don't know why all of a sudden I moved my camera just a little bit. Sorry about this. I moved the camera just a little bit, and all of a sudden it goes very, very yellow. I don't know if it was doing it earlier, but it is definitely doing it now. We are going to be playing second here, which isn't the worst thing. I can't obviously attack. I do need 2 turns to set up here. And we are seeing my opponent is playing the Wimpod, which means Golisopod, whether it be the GX or the regular form, is coming. We are going to see that Bridget play. It's definitely going to get him into some more stuff here. Here comes that Bridget, and this will show us exactly what we're about to get into. Maybe not the EXs, but if it's like Zoroark, if it's Zoroark Wimpod, then we'll know that. If it's Lurantis Golisopod, then we'll know that. I don't know why I just said Zoroark Wimpod. Okay. Okay. I'm a little lost now. In comes the Coco. In comes that Coco. Energy drop onto that Wimpod in the back. I'm actually going to drop one of you down here. we're going to Ultra Ball away 2 Dark Energies. This seems like weird play, but what this is going to do is it is going to help us get those Darkrai-GX into the discard pile. Or, sorry, I can get those Darkrai's out and they'll all be attached to the Darkrai's. I don't need a supporter. Let's get the Oranguru out. This way I can kind of draw another card right now, see what I get, and then I can play from there. Is another end. Apparently I'm just supposed to end this turn. So that is what's going to happen. Now I have another Dark Energy here. Sophocles will get rid of the Darkrai-GX next turn. I'm going to hold the one Darkrai in my hand, but at this moment in time, I think I'm okay to just pass. Because I can't see him doing too much damage, and I still do not know what Golisopod variant this is, or if it's actually more focused around Lurantis. Now, my assumption is this is the promo Lurantis, the one that ups grass-type attacks. So we will definitely see that in just a moment here. But we are trying to get more energy onto these Darkrai's. Like I said, I have 2 Dark Energies currently in the back, so if I get another Darkrai-GX in hand, I can discard both of them, bring them both back, get both of those energy off of the Sophocles, which will be amazing. And then that will not only will I have not technically lost any cards, but I'll have actually gained a huge amount of ground in terms of damage for this Darkrai. But we'll see soon. We will see soon. So it is going to be the GX variant, which is understandable. And we are going to see that it has now evolved, so it can go for that first impression. And this Tapu Koko will just switch out for that first impression attack. We did see that he ditched a Rainbow Energy. For some reason he needs it. Probably for that Electro Ball if he's running it. I don't know. Or even for Tapu Lele for that Tapu Cure, which is a good way to play. He is actually just going to switch into the Oranguru. And take it out! That's not good. So we are going to unfortunately have to drop this down here. We are going to go Sophocles, ditch both the Darkrai and the Altar of the Moon. We'll be grabbing 4 more cards. That's not good. I was not wanting 3 more Dark Energy. Darkrai can come onto the field. This will get me a little bit more power. But I've really got nothing going for me in terms of hand draw. I was hoping for, maybe a choice band or something, but I legit just got energy. Which is what happens when you have 14. But we now are doing 80 damage? At least we hit him a little bit. We hit him a little bit. I do not believe a Golisopod can one-shot us, regardless of the first impressions or not. So that is something. But we'll see how this plays out. If we can take out this Golisopod early, that would be great. But I do want to set up this other Darkrai-EX in the back. I'm probably going to play this next one. I might have to ditch the Guzma. Because I don't want to fall too far behind here. But that Sophocles did come in nicely. We got a little bit of extra damage down. We are able to now technically set up a Darkrai-GX. Not that we plan to. The Darkrai-EXs are way more prominent, way more powerful, as long as we can keep these energies in the game. Now, my opponent does need ability to switch out. He's actually going to drop the double colorless energy down onto the Tapu Koko, and he may leave it in like this. So we'll see if I can get like a max. We are just going to see a switch. He is playing all sorts of switch cards right now to keep himself in play. He is just going to hit me for a nice 20 across. Wallies for that Lurantis right now. And like I said, he misses the Wally. Maybe he doesn't have the promos in his hand. I'm not sure. But he is going to get rid of my Altar of the Moon. Which is unfortunately fine. It is what it is. It just means I've got no retreat. Okay, so Dark Energy. I do not want to end. I'll be honest, I do not want to end. I'm going to drop this energy down onto the fresh Darkrai. I'm going to Sycamore. Again, I may be losing 2 dark energy, but I got no way to get these 2 in the discard now. We can drop the XP share down on you. We can Acerola next turn, which is good. Means we can kind of keep these things in check. But I have no way of getting these Darkrai's into the discard pile right now, which is a bit of a problem. And I did not pull a Max Elixir. Have I even pulled a single Max Elixir? No, I have not. There are 4 in here. Have not pulled one. I'm going to probably drop this down as well, giving me another temporary attacker. But we are going to be looking at 120 damage for sure coming at us from the Golisopod. We are doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 damage. We still do not knock out this Tapu Koko. We just go for the Dark Pulse. We have not had the opportunity to actually go fast. The Max Elixirs haven't shown up. We haven't had the best of draws because we keep getting like the same cards. Like, we got double Darkrai, we got more energy. Again, I understand that the energy is going to come because we are running so much. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We do have damage on both Tapu Koko and Golisopod, though, so that is nice. As our energy is growing, we should be able to be okay. I need a better supporter. If you can play an N or something, that would be awesome. He actually ditches a Guzma, which is huge. I think he ditched a Bridget along with it. No, he ditched his Acerola. So he must be going for a Tapu Lele. I don't know what he's going to go for here. But he's not out of potential. Like, he's got opportunities because he has that Oranguru. He actually goes for a Wimpod. And he can just Oranguru for 3 additional cards. Now, Tapu Koko can just hit me for another 20 across the board. There's not much I can do there. Does drop a Grass Energy onto the Wimpod in the back. And just Flying Flips. We are going to get an N, which I don't really need. I'm going to put an energy down onto Yveltal. And I've got an N. No Tapu Lele's yet either, by the way. Like, I've got 3 of those. So all my consistency cards, barring these N and Sycamore cards, have not shown up at all this match. No, I've had what? 1 Ultra Ball? 1 Ultra Ball. And it was at a time I did not need the energy. Okay, so my opponent has no reason. I have nothing really here to do. I didn't get... No, I did play an energy. I need to save 1 spot open. Both of these energies will be saved now, which is really nice. And we are just going to Dark Pulse to finish off this Tapu Koko. Because as long as my opponent does not Field Blower me. I got another Darkrai-EX. Kind of a disappointment there, but it's okay. What is nice is I can bring in whatever I want now with the Guzma if I do decide to not switch in my main attacker. But it'll all come down to what he decides to play on. Right now, I will admit this deck is playing slightly sloppy. It seems a little inconsistent at this moment in time, but it is what it is. We are going to see the Tapu Lele come into play. Now, I can Guzma take out this... I want to take out this guy. If I can take out that Golisopod right now, it shuts down my opponent completely. Because he doesn't need to drop an energy down onto this Tapu Lele to retreat it. And he can't bring in Golisopod and go for first impressions unless he does retreat. So he's going to rescue Stretcher up that Koko. Gives him that ability to hit me again a little bit more. But as you can see, we're starting to get more energies. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Tapu Koko will go down now in 1 shot and will not be able to take 2 hits, which is really good. That is, as long as my Darkrai stay in play. And right now, I'm looking to add more energy thanks to the Darkrai-GX being in my hand. I'm probably going to drop this hand. We are going to see the Rainbow Energy. It'll do 10 damage. Are you going to go for a Tapu Kera? No, you're going to go for the Golisopod pickup. Alright, that's an interesting play. A good play altogether. Choice Band onto that Golisopod. I can at least Field Blower and get rid of that. And does retreat. Ooh, this is going to do a lot. I'm going to go down here. Again, not the end of the world. No, this is the end of the world! How'd you get, like, a perfect hand? So there goes my... Oh, no. Oh, no. It's like he's getting every single card he needs, and I'm getting nothing. I still have not pulled a max elixir yet. And I just lost both of my... Oh, man. What is going on here? What is going on in this game? Because I lost my ability to attack with the Darkrai's. I've got no power behind us. Now I get energy! Oh, this is hard. Alright, so Dark Energy drop onto our Darkrai in the back. I'm going to Field Blower. I can play the other Darkrai, because I did lose one without me really wanting to. I got a Sycamore. Now, I'll get more energy in play. Don't get me wrong here. This is not a big deal. I got some... Okay. We got a Max Elixir, which is absolutely wonderful. We will go for Restoration. We'll get an Energy Attachment. Max Elixir. Got an Energy. Okay. This will go on you in the back. Max Energy, or Dark Energy goes on you in the back. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40. 60 isn't really... It's still not going to be enough. So we will just chip away at this guy. Now, he can Guzma me. That is a problem. I admit, it will hit me. We're going to set up the other Darkrai in the back. And unfortunately, like, he's got it where he just needs to dwindle me down a little bit more. He's actually got a fantastic board position, as much as it doesn't look like it. Because he has that Tapu Koko who can come in, do a little bit more damage. If I can Acerola next turn, like, he can knock out this Yveltal. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. But if he decides to get greedy and takes one of my Darkrai's up into the front, I can actually just completely bring that in, take it away from him. I do not want to give him the opportunity to attack me. Especially now. I have the Acerola in hand. I do plan to use it as best I can. We are going to see Sycamore. He's going to ditch his hand. He had energy. I don't know what else he had. It looked like he had another Acerola. Floatstone. Floatstone. Why did you get rid of a Floatstone? But needless to say, it feels weird that we're actually getting we're getting destroyed here. Which is a very scary thought. Because again, if he takes out my Yveltal right now, he will be able to take me out the following turn as well. But I can Acerola it up and throw it back on the field. Being able to prepare one of my Darkrai's and actually take this thing out. Because we do have the damage now, I think. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 180. Which will be enough to knock out the Golisopod at current range. He's just going to attach to the Wimpod in the back. How many Guzmas have we lost? We've lost 2. Have not actually used one. Does Floatstone up the Oranguru. We see a switch into the Fomantis. Okay, that was a weird play. I'm not going to deny that. We're going to bring up our Yveltal. I don't need to play it. Dark Energy drop. I've already supported too. That is another problem. I want to grab a Tapu Lele so I can go for a Guzma next turn. But at this rate, we're not making the damage. He can come in, hit me for quite a bit. We get a prize. It is going to be a max elixir. We can try and get more energy down on the board, which is great. He goes into this Tapu Koko. If I can get rid of this Golisopod, we can kind of get ahead. He goes for an N. That is not good. That is not good. I can play all these cards, don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful hand. But it's not a great hand. My opponent's probably looking for another Golisopod, which I believe he got. And he did. So it is now up and running. He can just instruct, get himself 3 additional cards. This is a messy game for us. It's been a very messy game for Darkrai. I'm not pleased with the overall turnout right now, because he's going to come in. He can hit me for 150. 150 damage. Alright, so we need an Altar of the Moon. Up. This one's only taken 20, so even a Choice Banded one is not going to take it out. We're going to drop you down here. We'll drop an energy here. We can retreat, which is really nice, for free, into our setup Golisopod. Sorry, our setup Darkrai, and I want to mitigate what he's trying to do here. So we got Tapu Lele, which is absolutely wonderful. It means I can Guzma on the following turn, and we can Super Rod. Might as well play it. Put 3 energy back in the deck. And we can go for a nice Dark Pulse. This should hit for 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, 230 damage. 230 is more than enough to knock this thing out. Alright. Alright, so we got Rescue Stretcher. We got Professor Sycamore. Up comes the Tapu Koko. Again, he does not have that ability to knock me out unless he gets... No, even with a Choice Band, he only hits for 150. He only hits for 150. He can't knock me out. And I have that Tapu Lele right now to Guzma, which I'm hoping that last Guzma's in this deck. I really am. I really am hoping that Guzma's left in the deck and not in the prizes, because that will be the big change here. But we could turn this tide around real quick. I don't need to go into the Guzma. I can just go into the Tapu Lele, who's also taken a little bit of damage. Either one of them will give me the last 2 prize cards. He still needs to take 3. He still needs to take 3 prizes. Keep that in mind. So that is still the equivalent of 2 Darkrai's, because I'm all GX Pokemon at this point. I'm not going to give him an easy prize. Now, if he wants to take out my back Darkrai, that is fine. Does drop a Choice Band onto the front. This will do 50 to my Darkrai. Unless, yeah, you go for 50? Yeah, so 50. I'm okay with that. I get a Sophocles. We're just going to add more energy down. This gives me a Darkrai-GX as an attacker. Tapu Lele comes down. Is Guzma in here? Yes, he is! My boy Guzma in play right now. Whew! Again, I can't hit with the Choice Band one, but he is going to give us the victory. We got super lucky. That endgame was clutch. We managed to save up the Guzma. Only one we were able to actually use that game. It was a little messy for a first good chunk of that game. I'm not going to deny that at all. But we did manage to scoop it up. We managed to come back. I think if we had a nice earlier game where we were able to get some max elixirs, get the Tapu Lele to actually get into what we wanted, we would have been able to actually get to where we needed to go. Just couldn't do that until late game. But we were able to come back, get the Darkrai restoration going. We were able to get all sorts of things going. It was a lot more relevant late game. But let's see if Darkrai can come in with another win in game number 2. I'm hoping it maybe not as messy as this one. Alright guys, match number 2 is against Neo Monster, playing what looks to be Tapu Bulu. So, interesting here. We are going to play first, which is going to be the first time in a while that I get to actually think I've gone first. I've got a decent hand. If I can get a Sophocles or an Ultra Ball, that would be absolutely wonderful. Because I can ditch both it and a Dark Energy, start setting up. Then I can put an XP share down. So Sophocles, Ultra Ball, those kind of things. This is definitely going to be... I get two opportunities here to get either one of those cards. Tapu Lele can get me into it as well. Because I have an end in hand already, so I don't need to end for cards. Yes, I get two more mulligans. I get an Acerola. That ain't going to help me. I get an Ultra of the Moon. And my opponent leads Grubbin. So I'm going to drop a nice energy down here. I really don't want to play anything in my hand. I don't have anything to play. Let's just end. No utility stuff at all right at the start. Oh, now I get the Sophocles. Now I get the Sophocles. No Pokemon on the bench. No nothing. My opponent had a bad hand. He's so happy I end right there because I couldn't do anything. He's now going to Nest Ball. This will get him a basic Pokemon for the bench, being Tapu Bulu. And look at that full art. Look at that glorious looking full art. Absolutely one of my favorite cards from Guardians Rising in terms of aesthetics. Guardians Rising, it's from Burning Shadows. We do see the Oranguru, so he's going for all these ball plays, getting a ton of stuff down. Gets the Grass Energy down onto that Tapu Bulu, goes for an Instruct, and he'll be able to draw an additional card. Goes for a Fighting Fairy Belt onto that Tapu Bulu, making him very thick to bring down. Just discards a Grass Energy onto the Sycamore and goes for that Aether Paradise Conservation Area, which is very bad for me. I still have nothing to play! I can't play these Sophocles right now. He's just so happy that I'm ending for him. Because he's getting free card draw. Again, nothing here. I have no hand. I'm going to do 60 damage. 30. No, I'll do 40. Yeah, 30 damage. I am having a struggle against a Grubbin. And again, my only support... Oh my... Fighting Fairy Belt onto that Oranguru keeps him from being a big threat. And another energy drop onto the Tapu Bulu. We are going to see an Ultra Ball. He's going to go down to one card. What is it? Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's the deck being built wrong. I have just had so much bad luck drawing. I know you guys didn't see all the matches I've played today, but I have had so bad luck not having a good startup. I think that's the biggest problem with this current deck is you need a lot of cards to set up. And I'm not getting them. Like, look at this guy! Vikavolt, ready to go! He has a Bulu technically ready to go. He'll have a Vikavolt, another Marshadow. If somebody goes down, he now has... Oh no, Marshadow gives him fighting weakness. Or fighting... Oh no. Okay. I'm alright with this. Sophocles up. We can get rid of a Darkrai and a Dark Energy. I get a whole lot of nothing. Wow. Oh man. This is so heartbreaking. This is so heartbreaking right now. Dark Energy, this isn't even going to do anything. Let's put it on the back one. I can get this Darkrai back. It'll get me another Dark Energy on the field. I'm not getting any cards! This is the problem! Dark Pulse does not get the immunity now because he is stage 2, but it is still a lot of damage, and he can easily go for another Max Potion to tank it. He goes for a Guzma play into the Darkrai, and he can remove all of these wonderful energies from this Bulu and just annihilate my Darkrai. He'll have a fully set up Vikavolt in the back. He can start setting up another Marshadow. He can set up this Marshadow easy if he sacrifices a Bulu. So 190 damage. I go down. Oh man. Oh man, this is completely this is so not cool. So not cool. Ugh. Darkrai, back on the field. Okay, Sophocles, come on! I don't know if this Sophocles is the best play for me or not, but I've got nothing going for me! Energy drop. Darkrai, come on out. You at least are getting me some energy drops. That's 20, 40, 60, 80, 120 damage so far. No choice band, no nothing. We're getting rid of the stadium, we're getting rid of your fighting Fury Belt. Right now. One of these Booloos has got to go down. But then Marshadow comes in. I'm in so much trouble! Marshadow tech in Tapu Bulu is legit the worst nightmare of us. Because it legit gives him whatever he wants. Grass energy down. Tapu Bulu will be able to knock me out? Yeah, he's going to be able to knock me out here too. So this is legit going down to Bulu just being able to completely destroy me. Wow. Wow. Energy Recycler will bring back all those energies he's lost. 5 energy going back into the deck. Energy Recycler is so good in that deck. Nature's Madness is going to take out another Darkrai. And I'm at the mercy of this guy. Like, you gotta look at this in that regard. Like, there's nothing I can do. He can now just bring in either a Bulu. He's got this game. Now, did I misplay? Probably. 20, 40, 60, 80. I got nothing. I have nothing. I'm gonna end. It's the only play I can do. It's not like I haven't had a draw support or anything. Just the cards I've had come into play and they're not consistent. I'm not getting anywhere. Max Elixir. Lands. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Technically speaking, we're getting nowhere. We drop the XP share down on you. Doesn't matter at this point because we've already lost the game. He'll just bring in this other Bulu. And that'll be it. There's not much I can do. I think I hold. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20. I need so much! Dark Pulse is going to go off. We're going to get Yveltal and a Guzma. Guzma is at least going to be in our hand, but again, it does not matter at this point in the game. He will be able to take us out with this Bulu, and that will unfortunately be the game. We are going to lose this one to a very big... Like, he had this game the entire time. And I think that's one of the big things that Darkrai-EX is starting to find a little bit of hindrance with. Now, he is amazing and expanded. I know, as of this week, Darkrai had a ton of support. I think Chris Sakai, again, brings him back and is able to do a ton of work with him. But in my immediate opinion, I don't know if these, whether it be the Darkrai-GX doing the work, or maybe it was the Sophocles tech and being forced to try and discard them. But, I was not able to secure enough energy to keep scaling with the opponent's Pokemon. He's just going to go into this here. He could have done whatever he wanted. He just wanted to go out with a Marshadow hit. This is going to hit me for 360 damage. But with that being said, is Darkrai competitive? Very much so. I just couldn't get it to run. I don't know if it was me or the deck engine just wasn't running properly. Maybe give me some suggestions on things that you would have changed up on the Darkrai build. And maybe I can alter that before we do like a TCGO battle with this deck. But from that on, this is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know the last match was a little bit disheartening considering I didn't get really anything off. And my opponent just completely set up and did absolutely everything he wanted to. But hey, that's Pokemon. That happens sometimes. You gotta live with those consequences. But that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are brand new here, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me that you guys come out and watch the videos on the regular. But I'm gonna get myself out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, time out.